steak?
It's amazing.
Well, what happened, I'm not going to repeat. By the time we get there, it might even be 60, I don't know, maybe 60 hours. It's time for a coffee on board the SaltyJocks. We've been given a little bit more champagne sailing after a pretty rock and rolly night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But the days have been beautiful. And the sun is up, right, coming up over Dirk Hartog. We're coming for you, baby. Can you say Dirk Hartog? High five. Oh, that's just my hands, Isla. They're pretty busted up. 3 days at sea. What was supposed to be 36 hours has ended up being 55 or something. Yeah, that's enough high five. No more. I don't want any more. Okay, 3 more. Wrap it up.
Give me a high five, Isla. Good job.
Okay, everyone's all high five.
Woo! We made it!
Sound.
Yeah,
I've done.
We made it!
3 nights. 3 nights of no sleep. Just sleeping like. Get out, Hallie. Out. 10 to 20 minutes at a time. And I'm going to go inside and make some pancakes and some coffee. Chuck a movie on. I'll stick the phone up the mast and see if we get some internet. That'd be a treat, wouldn't it? Hey? Girls, can you just go inside and give me a second, please? Okay. We pretty much had an amazing sail from the Abrolhos up to Steep Point, but the cost of that was that we arrived after dark, and also with a 3-metre swell. And at the time, I didn't know how that was going to look coming through the passage. So I ended up making what I thought was the safer choice and spending another night out and coming up the west side of Dirk Hartog and parking up at Turtle Bay, because I knew that there was a strong front coming from the south. But I can't explain the isolation on, after not seeing anyone for the better part of 2.5 days out on the water, and then coming up the side of Dirk Hartog at night. It was that was an experience that I'll never forget. I may as well have been on a different planet. And yeah, I mean, we arrived in the morning and the sun came up, and finally we dropped the anchor, and it was such a relief to be able to put the anchor in and lock the boat up and just go to sleep. So we put the phone up the mast, finally got a little bit of reception and also a weather update, and realised that the strong front was not coming from the south anymore, and it had shifted to the north. So we had 45 knots of wind incoming from the north, completely unprotected from the ocean. And behind us we had... Can you give me a second?
Sure.
Thanks. Behind us we had 20-metre cliff faces. Yeah, it was confronting, to say the least. Yeah, because we're looking at 45 knots from the north, and there's just ocean out there. We were going to get absolutely violated. It's looking good. We're covering some serious ground, and we're doing about 7 knots. Now that we've gotten around that corner, and hopefully we can get to Coin Bluff South, and we might get a little bit violated from the north, but hopefully it's not going to be anything like what it was going to be where we were. So that's where we are, and we've got 20 miles to get down there. Hopefully we can do that before the northerlies get too bad, but it is going to shift to the west pretty quick, so we should be quite protected from there. What's he doing? Oh, is that fingers crossed? Kiss. Sorry, darling. You got a floppy leg. Floppy leg, floppy leg, floppy, floppy, floppy leg. Oh, sorry. Floppy leg, floppy leg, floppy, floppy, floppy leg. 10 miles to go. We've fanged it down here. Ilamu is fast asleep. Had a bit of rain, I think a bit more is going to come, but it looks like we're actually going to get to where we're going before the front comes in. Holy hell, boat took off on us. One of the first gusts come through a fair bit earlier than what was forecasted, but it's not, it's my fault. But the boat took off, we ended up getting under control. I had to dump the main and, you know, try and steer it into something reasonable, and that was, you know, we did another 8 nautical miles after that, and at the moment it's blowing over 40 knots outside. We tried to come in on the recommended anchorage. Basically we would have just run aground, so I quickly smashed a Yui and I got around the bottom of Egg Island and I put 100 metres of chain out, and it's very much like the other night at the Abrolhos. Once we came through, it just started howling and we barely got into the anchorage. Like, yeah, I think it's safe to say that's probably one of the most terrifying experiences of my life. But I kept it together and the girls kept it together. Hallie was amazing because she kept Isla together and we all stuck it out together, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah! My bloody hatch is leaking. Bastard. You bastard. That's in between the squalls. The squalls they come howling through way stronger than that. But I spliced another 30 metres of rope onto the end of my anchor chain, so I've got 100 metres out almost. And if I get worried, then I'll put the rope out as well, but I can't see. I shouldn't say it, but I don't think it'll get too much worse. The whole thing was about a 5-day period from, you know, hurting my foot to the 3-day sail up that was supposed to be a 36-hour sail, then to you know, getting bombarded by this, you know, this colossal front that just absolutely minced us, and then, you know, being stuck in this bay, you know, on our own. It was probably one of the longest weeks of my life, that's for sure. But, you know, it was really nice to hear from people and also have it, you know, people come out and drop us off some supplies and fresh fruit and things like that. So, yeah, it really meant a lot that people were able to help. This will be the first time in a week that we've been off the boat. That's how long it's been. Pull us straight in, Hallie. Look at those muscles work. Pretty much, I can't really go near the water because I cut my foot so badly. If I get that covered in salt water, it's just not gonna heal. I'm gonna end up with a really bad infection. Look at you go. Half girl, half machine. I don't know if it's the noise from the ocean or if it's the girls always screaming. I'm pretty sure it's the noise from the ocean, but we just got to land and I've ducked out of the wind. And I don't think I've ever heard anything as quiet. It feels... Ready to go!